Right, and I believe we're in action. We've got the sound working. A gremlin crept in, but welcome to another edition of OnSide, where we've got very good football coming up again. It's the Telkom Cup final here in South Africa in Polokwane. Should be a very interesting game. And then, of course, we've got a full load of fixtures in the British Premier League, which is certainly warming up. Budge is in with me today. Budge, let's talk about what's happened in the last week. Some interesting stuff come through. Yeah. Firstly, Man City. Two of their players got a lot of time. Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, frustration from Aguero.
Yeah.
You know, in the first half, I believe Luis should have got sent off. He duffed the back pass. And he's a clever player, that Luis.
Yeah.
You know, he gave Aguero the shoulder. The referee chickened out, in my opinion. Big decision, coward out of it. And at the end, it came back to haunt Chelsea. Definite red card in my book.
Okay, so he poleaxed him going through.
Poleaxed him, back pass. Keeper was backpedaling, so he wouldn't have got it. There was no one in sight. And Aguero read him.
Yeah. Boom.
So, bang, red card.
So at the back of his mind,
well,
it came to haunt Sergio Aguero later too. There was a hell of a hard tackle.
Yeah, there's previous with him, Paul. You know, Argentina, Brazil, and I don't like David Luiz. He's a nasty piece of work. You know, he's coming from the side.
He's talented.
Yeah, a good player. You know, he's very clever. Remember his tackle on Fellaini last season? It was a dinkum red card. Couldn't apologise, walked away laughing, yellow card. You know, he gets away with murder. But it was just frustration from Aguero. Yeah.
Is he keeping Terry out?
Well, I don't think John Terry, unless he's playing in the reserve teams, played. But he's doing a good job. So they've won 8 in a row. So why change it?
Why change it, correct. Now, Fernandinho, he got a bit antsy after. He got 3 games.
He got 3 games. You know, Cesc Fabregas gave him a tap and he reacted badly.
Yeah.
You know, for me, he'd rather go and kick someone and get sent off than come up with all this stupid grabbing by the throat. Yeah.
El Clasico, boring this year.
Yeah, terrible. You know, it was 7 shots on target. Barca only had 2. Only came alive when Barca scored the goal, and then Iniesta came on. Then Barca should have won it easily. But they can't defend set pieces, and a good ball in from Modric. And
so, Real on top of the league.
6 points clear.
Yeah, they're controlling things. Okay, and then now what's the story with Alexis Sanchez? But he's one of the players of the year.
Well, the only way Arsenal win the league if he carries on with his form. You know, his new contract is due from Arsenal. You know, Arsenal's Scrooge Club.
Yeah.
Now he's been offered £400,000 from a club in China.
In Chinese Super League.
And your mate Ray Wilkins was on the Sky Sports saying he shouldn't take it. He's got enough money. But Arsenal must pay. Give him 250. He's one of the best players in Europe.
Yeah.
So give him the money.
No, so they got £400,000 a week to
That's
go to
from
a Chinese
China,
Super League.
You know, I wouldn't obviously go there, but give him 250. Give him what the top players in England are earning.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Now, what is the story? Your beloved Preston. 2 of your players had a fight.
Yeah, we had 2-1 down, and Wens had a player sent off, and trying to get the equaliser. And Doyle, the centre forward, he played it wide, and Beckford thought it should have come to his feet inside the box, and the guy right back shot over the bar. And there was words, a scuffle, and they both got sent off.
Were there punches thrown?
Didn't look like it, but there was grabbling, groping, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, speaking to my mate Debbie Scooge, who's Mark Lawrence's sister, they my contacts in Preston, she was at the game. And they were so disgusted. But the good thing about it is Simon Grayson, the Preston manager, he's made the players pay for every travelling supporter's away ticket. Now, there's reportedly 850 of them there, and it was £33 a ticket. So I think they have to pay £28,000.
Well,
so the support. That's right. So it should be.
Yeah. Gee, we should do that. Get the box to play after knock on. Okay, and then last thing what's it? Is
Chappie Coenza.
Yeah, that's when they were given that cup. Eh?
Yeah, so that's CONMEBOL, the South American Association. They awarded them plus the prize money of $1 million. And I think there's also automatic entry into the next year's competition.
Fantastic.
So obviously tragic event, but
and they ran out of petrol.
Yeah.
What a way to go down. They ran out of petrol. The owner of the airline's been...
the strange thing about that, Paul, was it was a Bolivian plane. You know, why not use a Brazilian plane? Or, you know, it's Didn't make sense to me.
The Springboks used to fly British Airways a few years back. Do you remember that? That didn't make sense to me. The pride of the country going in British Airways planes. But anyway, let's move on to football, because that's the news from this weekend. A lot of sending offs and red cards, but it's just going back to Man City. It's going to dent them.
Well, the good thing about it for them is Yaya Toure, who's carried them in the last few years, he was sitting on the bench. At least he'll start this year. I got my doubts about this manager, Guardiola. You know, I don't know what he's up to. The goalkeeping situation's a joke.
Bravo, yeah.
You know, some of his...
But he's got a proven record. Well, then so has Jose Mourinho.
No, sure. But Luis Enrique, the current manager of Barcelona, in the last 11 competitions, he's been in charge. How many do you think they've won, Barca? 9.
9, yeah. So they were...
You know, so it's a team that he had.
It's a dynasty.
You know, now he's under pressure. There's no excuse for Mourinho. He's throwing his toys out the cot too much. But it's a test for them, Paul.
Yeah, there must be a lot of pressure on them because every now and then, and just talking about managers, I thought Klopp showed a lot of class going and shaking hands and hugging the Bournemouth players.
Yeah, I love Klopp, Paul. He's a class act.
Class act, Klopp. The normal one.
Yeah, behind the scenes, I think the boys would have got an ear bashing, but in front of the press,
right way.
I like him big time.
Me too. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the South African game first. I'm going to start with that because there's only the one game this weekend. That's the Telkom knockout final. There was a game yesterday.
Yeah.
Our mate Gordon Nickerson keeps drawing.
Yeah, they were 1-0 up. The team equalised, I think, 20 minutes to go. You know,
Bloem Celtic 1, Highlands Park 1.
Yeah. So they've moved them off the 1 point from the bottom now, Gordon. So as long as you don't get beat, keep picking up a few points. But drawing 1-1 at home, I'm sure Gordon wouldn't be happy with that result. But a point's better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay, then let's have a look at this final. Now, the final, interesting. I was speaking to Neil Tovey, funnily enough, about it this morning, and he thinks that going to Polokwane would be a tough call for Cape Town City.
Yeah.
He said SuperSport United, who are 13-10 favourites against Cape Town City, who are top of the league.
Yep. 3 points clear. Yeah, they beat Wits the other day at Mill Park. They drew with Chiefs on the Tuesday away, and they beat Wits at Mill Park 3-2.
Tinkler, do you think he's thrown his hat into the South African manager's ring?
You know, I don't see it, Paul. It's Gavin Hunt to an international coach for me.
Okay, same as Neil. Neil's very big with Gavin Hunt. But let's talk about this game. SuperSport United, they're second, they're up there, and they're 2-1 Cape Town City. Last 14 matches...
1-7, drawn 7.
That's good. But the other team, wow, the last 9 matches, 1-8 and drawn 1.
No, they're kamikaze. They're a counter-attack team. I don't think anybody's ever really given them respect because they were a new team that brought out Witbank Black Aces. They've done great. At the back, they're dodgy. You know, it's just the aerial assault that I think is going to come for SuperSport. You know, those 2 boys up front. You know,
looking at Budge and how they qualified to get in, it's very interesting to see the difference in the two teams.
Yeah.
In the semis, SuperSport beat Pirates 1-0.
Yeah.
They drew with Sundowns. They went through on penalties. They scraped through 1-0 with Ajax. That's Stuart Baxter boys.
Yeah.
Now, Tinkler's boys, Cape Town City, 4-1 in the semis, 4-3 with Barocca, 2-0 with Bloem Celtic. They score goals.
They score goals, but also concede. That's what you don't want to do in a cup final.
Yeah, one-off?
One-off, you know, you've got to fancy SuperSport at home. They've got the more experienced players.
Who determines where it's played?
The league. They'd like to be a neutral venue,
Okay, so that's that. All right, so one game for you guys out there. And people are saying, take the 13-10 about SuperSport United. Okay, that sounds interesting. Now we get on to our British leagues. And I've got the sheet in front of me. Again, very interesting games. Let's start at the top. Now, I think we're starting to get a bit of a pattern now. It's taken us 14, 15 games where you get in your top 6, 7.
Yeah.
I don't think the win will come from beyond that.
Yep.
You got your middle order, and you've got some good teams slipping down into the relegation zone. I talk West Ham, Leicester's, that type of just above them. I think a few managers' jobs will be on the line now.
Well, I think with the January window opening, some of these guys, and we spoke about Slaven Bilic earlier, he's got till Christmas. He's got 4 games. Liverpool away is obviously a difficult one. Then he's got Hull and Burnley at home, and before Swansea away, I think it is. So he's got 4 games to save his job.
Save his job? Would he need 6 of 9 points there?
Well, I would say.
Yeah, he'd need at least 6.
Just move away from the relegation zone, and then into January. There's rumour he wants Fellaini, so I think a lot of United fans will be happy with that. But he's got to get reinforcements. You know, at the back, they concede every week, and up front, they're struggling. Andy Carroll's back, so that'll be a help.
Okay, well let's start at the top of the betting sheets. Watford Everton. Now, Watford a bit of an enigma.
Yeah, in and out, Paul. You know, Gallo again was benched against West Brom. They got beat 3-1. But at home, they're competitive at home, Paul. Our fancy is Watford to get a result. It's a lunchtime kickoff, so it does throw a few spanner in the works results-wise. I think they've got a chance. I can't have Everton.
Why are you so anti-Everton?
Well, away from home, Paul, they've taken 1 point from the last 5 games. Against United, they were shocking. United should have been out of sight. I know they got the draw.
They came back late. Yeah,
they came back. You know, I don't know. I can't have them.
So they're not there at the moment. No. And Koeman's not scared to just say, "Listen, I'm taking 5 players out."
Well, I think that's it. He'll be scheming already for the window.
Yeah.
You know, so there'll be players coming and going
money?
there. I know. There's a new Chinese owner. He's got big money. I think that's the reason he went there. Because at Southampton, all they did was sell their players.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So that'll be a better. 2017 could be a better time for them, but at the moment you're not with them.
No, I can't be with them. Not what I've seen lately, Paul.
Okay. Now Arsenal, who are really doing very well. Any tournament they're playing, well. But it's Sanchez leading the line has been a very good move.
Yeah, I don't like him as the lead centre forward, but he's a class player, Paul. You know, he's Chileans. He's won everything. Barcelona was successful. 2 Copa Americas with Chile. He's playing great.
Yeah.
You know, it won't be easy against Stoke, but this is a vendetta game. And if you can remember years ago, Aaron Ramsey had his leg broken by Ryan Shawcross.
That's right.
So there's bad blood between Wenger. He says there isn't bad blood, but we know when you
mention it, there is.
Yeah, but they've won the last 12 home games against Stoke. But you've got to fancy Arsenal to continue the role.
Yeah, you got to. They're 3-10. These bookmakers, when they fancy a team, they make them 3-10.
Well, especially a popular team. You know, Stoke have come well, Paul. They've only lost one of the 9.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's a game we wanted them to win against Bournemouth. They'll be well organised and try and get a set piece or two. But, you know, with Sanchez in form,
and you know, every now and then Arsenal put in performances, the Middlesbroughs at home, and they put in, and you think, wow, I don't know. But Stoke City, Mark Hughes, he was the first guy to feel the heat because he started off slowly.
Well, since he changed the goalkeeper, things have come right. Yeah.
That's right, yeah. Okay, but Arsenal for you?
Should be.
Okay, Burnley, back at home against Bournemouth, who are very good at home. What are they like away?
Nah, struggling away from home. Remember we spoke about it a while back where they went to Middlesbrough and they got totally outfought. They played Sunderland at home likewise. Outfought against the good teams. Against Liverpool last week, I thought they got out of jail. Liverpool should have. I know they come back from 3-1
Spurs should have beaten them, but they held Spurs.
They held Spurs. Yeah, against the better teams. They're a footballing team.
Yeah.
This is going to be a dogfight. You know, Burnley at home. You know, while they lost to Man City and they lost to Arsenal, they had no right to
beat
Liverpool. You know, they beat Everton, beat Crystal Palace. These are the games they have to win if they want to survive relegation. I think they
survive?
can do it.
Yeah. So would you go Burnley draw?
Burnley draw, but I like Burnley here, Paul.
Okay.
Burnley draw definitely.
Hull City are really struggling in my opinion. They started off well and we thought they're going there. Crystal Palace went through a bad patch, but a good result last time out.
They were due a bit of luck, and I don't know if you saw Fraser Foster's missed kick. The roll, you know. So, but after that, once they 1-0 up, they were comfortable. He's brought James MacArthur back into the midfield, who's a dogged midfield player. Yohan Cabaye wasn't available. He's been trying to play like a football team, and it doesn't suit them. So he's gone back, give nothing away. And where they got the boy up front, our man, OnSide Benteke. He scored 2. I fancy Crystal Palace to get another result.
I see their favourite. They're 13-10. They're nearly 5-2 Hull City at home. It just shows the state of affairs. Okay, Swansea are now, they started with Bradley as their new manager, and then they struggled along, got a win, and then got thumped by Spurs. What do you think?
Well, the first goal, as everybody knows, wasn't a penalty, but after that it could have been 6 or 7.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing they've got going for them is Gylfi Sigurdsson. You know, the goalkeeper at Jermaine Pickford, the Sunderland keeper, is a bit dodgy with crosses. I watched him when he was on loan at Preston.
Yeah.
Very good reflexes. But Sigurdsson's going to put the ball in key areas.
Is he a bit of a fisherman?
Yeah, you know, he's a smallish type of goalkeeper. He comes and punches.
Yeah.
You know, they're going well, Sunderland. Won 3 of the last 4 since Anachebi was up front. This is another battle. You know, David Moyes going to go there, make sure they don't give anything away. But my concern for Sunderland is Sigurdsson. Set pieces.
Very good.
You know, they're
hot favourites, 11-10. You can get 5-2 about Sunderland, who have won 3 of the last 4, something like that.
I think win and draw Sunderland for me. But now with that Sigurdsson in the team, especially at home.
Would he play Sigurdsson?
Yeah, he's got to play him. 7 and 10 others.
Sounds like me and my playing days are wondrous. Okay, here we go. Leicester City. Now, they're trotting on through the Champions League and looking a useful side.
Well, they got beat 5-0 last night. It was 4 before the end.
Oh.
Yeah, but they rested Slimani, Vardy, Maritz, and Morgan at the back.
Because they'd qualified.
Yeah, they're already through. Sorry, it was Hoost, not Morgan. I can't have a team, Paul, that thinks they can turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah.
You know, Drinkwater's missing, so in the middle of the park, they lost Kante, obviously went to Chelsea, and they've lost Drinkwater. I can't have Leicester. I know they'll come and they'll be fine. I just think Man City...
They've read the long ball with him.
You know, don't push out on Vardy.
Yeah, don't push out. Yeah.
You know, and
sit back with them.
Sit back. The two centre-halves can't grab set pieces. They concede every 2 minutes from a set piece.
So Leicester at home, their fans at the Power Stadium are going to be saying, come on, guys.
Well, it's time, but Paul, you know, as we know, you can't just turn up when you want to. You know, the guys have read Maritz. He's only got a left foot, so he keeps coming inside.
Yeah.
You know, so they've worked them out, and they're losing the midfield battle.
So Man City will slaughter them?
I think so. You know, Man City disappointing. They should have beat Chelsea, 1-0 up. How De Bruyne missed that goal from a
hit
yard
the crossbar,
out. You know, Aguero missed a couple of chances.
They're a good side.
No, top side.
Top side. Now we're going to find out how good he is, because he's had 2 players suspended. So now his front line's got to be good.
Well, Ian Ichi, the young Nigerian,
Good
he'll
player.
come in very quick.
Good player.
You know, and at the back, well, they've got the Fernando. He came and he played against Glasgow Celtic, so he'll start in the middle of the park. But Yaya Touré's got to play, and I just think it'll be a high-scoring game. But I fancy Man City.
Okay, 0-0. All right, Chelsea at home to West Brom. West Brom have done exceptionally well lately, but so have Chelsea. Chelsea have been superb.
You know, how can you go against Chelsea on current form? Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing against them here is it's a 12 o'clock kickoff in England. So you just never know. Maybe that'll upset their rhythm, but on recent form,
Too good.
should be too good.
Okay, 1-4. 10-1 West Brom. Man United favourites to beat Spurs.
Paul, just disappointed. I read an article the other day. If the league was only 80-minute game league, United would be second top. We've thrown more points away in the last 10 minutes than we ever had.
They're not a bad side. When you look at it, you've got quality players.
Yeah.
A lot of players wouldn't get into their team. A lot of top players. They've got a lot of quality all around. I think they might still be struggling at the back.
Paul, what's strange is Rojo and Jones haven't cost us.
Yes, that's right.
You know,
Where's
they've been
Smalling?
tight. Smalling's injured. Him and Shaw. Shaw's expected back shortly, but they're on sabbatical somewhere.
Yeah.
But at the back, we've been okay, Paul. We can't score goals.
Yeah,
And everyone's
that's it.
blaming. You know, in the old days, we would concede 2 and score 4 or 5. We don't score more than 1 goal.
Yeah, I see Rooney's back for tonight.
Yeah, Rooney will play tonight.
Rooney will play tonight.
Matter will play.
Yeah, they'll play some. They haven't
and
sent
warm in Russia.
Carrick and the right back haven't travelled.
Yeah, Darmian as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So tough game. I'm hoping Spurs come away with the point.
Spurs are the wrong type of style team for United. You know, United like to control possession, where Spurs are a pacey team.
Yeah, they can
And
get
that's
up there.
when they beat us 3-0 at Tottenham last year, it was a mismatch.
Yeah.
I don't fancy United in this one. As much as we got good home form,
Yes.
I don't fancy us one bit. Yeah.
So it could be, what are they? They've drawn 6 of their last 8,
Drawn
Man
6
United.
of the last
This
8,
could
yeah.
go to 7 of the last 9 if they.
Spurs have drawn 4 of the 7 away league games. So
Yeah.
another draw.
Good draw written all over it. Okay. Southampton, good team at home. Middlesbrough, a good team on the road.
Yeah, you know, Southampton, they're playing the Europa League tonight against Hapoel Beersheva. Sunday's game will be their 6th game in 22 days.
Wow.
You know, and it's a big game. They've got to get a result tonight to get through the knockout stages.
Right.
You know, Middlesbrough are one of those funny teams. They're very obviously pacey on the counter-attack. They've drawn the last 4 away games. You draw at
But look at
Arsenal,
their
Man
plate,
City,
yeah.
Leicester and West Ham.
Sure, those are big teams.
You
man.
know, and you have a hard-fought win on Monday, so that'll give them a lot more confidence. And they're fresh. Where
Yeah.
Southampton have got to play their best team tonight. So I can see another draw. As much as Southampton don't get beat at home, it won't be easy for them.
There's 4 games on Sunday, Budge.
Yep.
I'm just looking up here. Now you got the Chelsea game, the Man United game, the Southampton game, the Liverpool game. They'll show them all.
Yep.
That's good. Okay. So how are you going to Southampton coming through a tough week?
You know,
again?
Southampton in a draw for me, Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool, West Ham. You're going Liverpool.
Well, you've got to. You know, I still think there'll be goals in here. Just got to put the ball on that goalkeeper, Karius, and he'll drop it. But
Oh, he's taking a bit of flack. Eh?
well, he's got to, Paul. You know,
Yeah.
you can't. Liverpool are a good team. They're in title contention. You can't knock them on like
So
he did.
Mignolet not getting a game.
No, he doesn't fancy
And
it.
they're playing the other boy, and he
Carriers.
fumbled a few against Bournemouth. Now they're going to have Andy Carroll coming.
Well,
He's a brave sod.
Matip is reportedly coming back, the big Cameroonian centre
he's a
half.
good player.
He's a good player. They've got a good record when he plays. But you can't have a back four of Milner, who's not a left back, Lucas, who's not a centre half.
Yeah.
You've got Louvren, who's hit and miss, and you've got Cloud, who's a good player.
Yeah.
Now you've got three midgets, and
Yeah.
you've got a centre half. So
Andy Carroll.
and Andy Carroll's coming.
And he's got a couple of
Payet
boys. He's got a couple of boys around him who can get their heads on the
I
ball.
don't think much action will be from the Liverpool box. I think the action will be the other side. But you've got to fancy Liverpool at home.
And Coutinho's still out.
Yeah, he's out till Christmas, yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's the British football. Again, very interesting games. A lot of top sides playing on the Sunday as well. When you look at who we got Sunday, Chelsea, West Brom, Man United, Tottenham Hotspur, Southampton, Middlesbrough, Liverpool, West Ham. So the big teams on Saturday will have to be our friends Arsenal. Okay, let's move on from there, Budge, and we're going to go have a look at your soccer sixes. Now, this is where the boys like to get their money, and it's a mixed bag here.
Yeah, mixed bag, the first one. Barcelona should be too good for Osasuna. Osasuna in Pamplona, Storm, where the Bulls get let loose. If they don't win that, I think Enrique or let his players loose. I've gone 3 bankers, 3 fields. Cup finals are always tense. While I fancy Supersport, any result wouldn't surprise me. Now, Real Sociedad buried me on Monday. I had a couple of doubles and trebles. They got beat 5-1 at Deportivo.
5-1?
They got slaughtered. I watched for 20 minutes and it was over. Then I went to watch the Middlesbrough Hull game, which was worse. But Real Sociedad won 4, drawn one of the last 5 home games. At home, they're a different team. Beat Atletico Madrid, Las Palmas, drew with Barcelona, who they should have been. Valencia just can't win a game. They were cruising against Malaga last Sunday, conceded an injury time, drew 2-2. Can't win a game.
The next 2 teams.
Well, Crotone, every person that's ever done maths will remember the guy that founded his business in Crotone, Pythagoras.
Is that right?
They're called the Pythagoreans, Desperate game, second and third bottom.
Pythagoras, he's saying, what's it? In every right angle, any right angle triangle, the sum of the square of the sides equals the sum of the hypotenuse.
They're called the Pythagoreans.
Okay.
So they've only got 6 points from their 13 league games. Pescara 2 points above them. 2 bad teams. Any draws possible.
Who picks these games? Who knows?
Who knows? Las Palmas in Spain.
Las Palmas is our team.
That's our team. Fortunate draw last week, but at home good. The other team just got promoted, struggling. And Sampdoria, Lazio.
Lazio got beat the other day.
Yeah, they got beaten the Rome Derby. They were 9 games unbeaten. They got well beat 2-0 by Roma. Now, strangely, their manager, Inzaghi, I thought he was the guy that Sir Alex Ferguson said he lived in the offside line. Remember Felipe Inzaghi, the man? It's his brother Simone who takes that team. They're going well. Sampdoria have won 5, I think the last 5 home league games. So it's a close game, Paul.
1-2-3.
1-2-3.
So the customary 162 spent.
Yeah, we've spent between 160 and just over 200. But I thought there were 3 good bankers, so we've taken a chance.
Okay. What's the Pythagoreans? All right, let's go into our second soccer six. And here we go, some teams we'll know.
As much as I like Watford, I think there's 3 obvious bankers. I think Arsenal will be too strong for Stoke. I think Palace will beat Hull. And I think Man City will beat Leicester. So I've gone the 3 fields, the other games. As much as I like Watford to get a result over Everton. And I fancy Burnley to add.
Arsenal
banker,
Man City, certainties. And then you've gone Crystal Palace.
I fancy Crystal Palace.
OnSide Benteke.
I watched an hour of the Hull City game against Middlesbrough. They were diabolical. I know at home they'll have more of a fight, but I think our boy will score a couple again. I fancy Crystal Palace. So I've spent 162 again, 3 bankers, 3 fields.
Right, now we move to the bigger money. The bigger money. Now this is the
Soccer 10,
Soccer 10. Now
I've gone Watford in our usual 4 bankers, 3 win and draws and 3 fields. I've gone win and draw Watford. I said I can't have Everton. I've banked Arsenal. I fancy Norwich. They rebounded last week. They beat Brentford 5-0 at home. Barnsley cost us. They beat Birmingham 3-0, 3 set pieces.
That could be a tough game.
Yeah, they haven't won the last 7, Barnsley. They were on 2 Fridays ago against Notts Forest.
Yeah.
And at home they've got to attack, and Forest beat them 5-2. I fancy Norwich to get a result there. I've gone Burnley win and draw. It's a must win for Burnley. I don't see them getting beat there. Huddersfield, Bristol City, I've gone 1-2-3. Huddersfield struggling of late, but at home they've got a good home record for a team that's battling. Bristol City, they've got that young striker. He's the 4th top goal scorer in the league, Tammy Abraham, on loan for Chelsea. But they've been struggling, Bristol City. But so, it allows us the 1-2-3. So I've gone 1-2-3 in that game.
Okay, then let's go look at the second half. Here we go.
Banker Crystal Palace, as we've said. Now, Rotherham QPR, it's a desperation game. Rotherham have only got 1 point from the last 12 league games, where Owen Holloway, the only game he's won is when they beat Norwich at home, and Norwich had a player sent off in the second minute.
Owen Holloway.
Yeah, Owen Holloway, yeah. They call him Holly Mourinho because he took...
we had a jockey called Owen Holloway years ago. Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay.
So I've gone 1-2-3 there, desperation game. QPR have obviously got to go for it, so it'll open the game up. Swansea, Sunderland. As much as I like Sunderland, 1-2-3 for me there. I like Fulham to beat Wolves, but it allows us to...
the mighty Fulham, Stevie B.
They beat Reading 5-0
yeah, it beat Reading
at home the other day. I've got the draw. Wolves can't win at home, and I've banked Man City, Paul, 432.
432, okay. And then the final one before we get to your bets for the weekend is going to be the
Soccer 13.
These pay well, don't they?
Oh, you catch them, you got good money, yeah. Arsenal to beat Stoke. I've gone Burnley in the draw against Bournemouth. I've gone for Bankhead, Crystal Palace and Man City.
Yeah.
Of the two teams, I like Sunderland against Swansea, so I've gone Sunderland win the draw. Aston Villa should be too strong at home for a struggling Wigan. Norwich, because there's 5 other better bankers than they are. I've thrown the draw in with Norwich there, and you'll see why, because there's another banker coming along.
Right, let's look at sheet 2. Here we go.
Huddersfield at home, good home record against Bristol City, are struggling. Ipswich, Cardiff, Ipswich, you just don't know what you're going to get with Mick McCarthy's team. But at home, very tight at home, well organised. I can't see them getting beat by Cardiff.
But Cardiff haven't done too badly.
Yeah, they've gone okay. They got outplayed last week. But, away from home, they've conceded the second most away goals away from home. So I've got 1 and 2 there. I've banked Newcastle. They've lost their last 3 games. One was in the League Cup.
What is the story there?
Well, they had 2 players sent off against Nottingham Forest in the first half.
Right.
And they got given 2 penalties. Shelby for stamping on somebody, and the left back was the last man, red card. Ironically, the keeper saved both of them. And they went into half-time with 9 men, but they were 1-0 up. But the tide came in, they got beat 2-1. I think the week's break will help them.
Yeah.
So they should be too good for the team that buried us last week, Birmingham City.
Birmingham got thumped, eh?
Yeah, 3-0. 3 set pieces. Yeah. Preston, Blackburn. It's a 1-2-3 game local derby. I think with the trouble that happened at Sheffield Wednesday, it'll pull the team together. We're hard to beat at home. Only Newcastle have beat us there recently. Blackburn are going well, but Dinkum draw game, I think, local derbies.
Yeah. Blackburn, didn't they beat Newcastle?
They beat Newcastle away. They drew with Huddersfield last week.
Yeah.
Owen Call's got them right.
Now, Reading coming off a big smack.
Yeah, they got well beat at Fulham 5-0. They had a player sent off. But one thing I like about the manager, Job Stam, he said, no excuses, we got well beat, let's get on with it.
Good.
He didn't come and blame referees. Got beat, congratulations, and away they go. Sheffield Wednesday, who beat Preston last week. Yeah, it's a 1-2-3 game, but Reading at home.
So both those two teams were involved in games where players were sent off.
Yeah, well, Sheffield Wednesday was 3. They had 1 and we had 2. But
and Reading had a guy sent off against Fulham.
Yep, just after half time when they were 2-0 down.
They don't take nonsense in that league.
Well, a couple of tackles fly, 2 yellows, and you're off. And then I like, as I said, I'm going for Reading to rebound, but we can throw the draw in against Sheffield Wednesday, and we've gone win and draw with Fulham against Wolves.
435. Right, and now Budgie's best bets. This is where we have a lot of fun. This is where we get to have a bet in different parts of Europe. Let's start at the top.
Well, I've gone Crystal Palace to beat Hull City. I've gone Man City to beat Leicester, and I've gone Aston Villa to beat Wigan. It's 1160 to 200. I always like to do the international one. I watch a lot of Spanish football. I think Real Madrid will rebound. I think Las Palmas will win.
Real Madrid, you mean Real Sociedad?
Real Sociedad, sorry, yep. Yeah. Real Sociedad.
Our team, Las Palmas.
Yeah, our team, Las Palmas. I think Espanyol will beat a poor Sporting Gijon team,
Okay.
So that's 1,060 to 200. Now the multiple, I've gone Burnley over 1.5 goals. Burnley have to score 2 goals.
Okay.
Man City must score over 1.5, so they've got to score 2 goals. And Barcelona have got to score 3 goals at Osasuna. Yeah, the odds were quite good in that treble, Paul.
Yeah, that's
1,400 to 2.
Yeah. Okay, the next one?
The next one I've gone the win draws. I know the last one will upset a lot of my Man United mates, but anyway, I've gone Watford win draw against Everton, Burnley win draw against Bournemouth, Fulham win, draw at Wolves, and Tottenham to get a draw or at least a positive result at Old Trafford. 950 to 200. Then the both teams to score market, which I enjoy, is Watford-Everton. I think it's a 3-2 game, yeah. Liverpool-West Ham.
Liverpool always score.
Be 4-1 or something like that. Rotherham-QPR, desperation relegation game.
Yeah.
They both got to go for it. And Real Madrid, Deportivo La Coruña. You know, they had a hard game
Are they
last
right,
night.
Deportivo?
Yeah, not bad. You know, the Turks, not bad. Real Madrid had a hard game last night. 2-0 up, drew 2-2 with Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
So they're very slack. But the squad's coming together, Paul, at Real Madrid. They're all coming back. But I think that team, Deportivo, will score against them.
All right, well, there we go. That's a look at the games this weekend. Make sure you get them on. Never just say only the Telkom final in South Africa, but great football everywhere else. And we've got Budgie's Bets. We've got our Soccer 6, 10s and 13s. We'll see you next time when you're onside. There we go.